Welcome to ASHA's IS Institute, taking a look at current affairs for 18th October 2016. The news items first. The news items which we have picked up from the Hindu newspaper for today are: first one, the Kerry effect. Centre lifts curbs on fund transfers by NGOs. So this is Kerry is John Kerry, the US Secretary of State. He had on his visit in September 2016 to India, he had asked the Home Secretary to remove curbs on Compassion International, specifically a US-based NGO who provides funding to NGOs in India. So the curbs had been put on this international NGO because the government said that the funding which it did to NGOs in India were all Christian NGOs, almost 250 of them, and all of them Christian NGOs. And they say that these NGOs are involved in convergence, religious convergence, converting people to Christianity. So this was the reason for which they put curbs on it. And now the curbs have been lifted to some extent because of the request made then. So that is the news. Then next is Kaveri panel tells Supreme Court of drought and debt. This is regarding the Kaveri water dispute, specifically between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. And in this dispute, the Kaveri Water Dispute Tribunal has already given its order, but the dispute persists. So Supreme Court had set up a high-level technical team to go to these regions, delta of Kaveri in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, study this area and give a report to it. So presently the panel is telling Supreme Court that drought and debt exists in the entire Kaveri belt. Even in Karnataka and in Tamil Nadu, there are cases of even farmers' suicides, the crops suffering. So this is because of lack of sufficient rainfall in this region this season, and that is why both sides are suffering. Then the third news item is High Court turns down PIL seeking SC status for Dalit converts to Islam. So SC, scheduled caste status, is given to Dalits even on convergence to religions like Buddhism, Sikhism, Jainism. But when the Dalits convert to Islam, then this SC status is not clear. There is ambiguity. So there is a PIL asking for clarity on this SC status after conversion to Islam. But the High Court has turned down this PIL. The reason being given is that this matter is presently with the Supreme Court. So since the Supreme Court bench is looking into the matter, they cannot deal with it. Then the next news item is smoking alcohol affect DNA in cells. This is regarding the smoking and alcohol habits affecting the DNA in the cells, means the genetic framework is being changed. So these chromosomes are affected, there are splitting in nuclei, micronuclei being formed, so it adversely affects the DNA. So this is a study done by Osmania University in India. So that has come. Then the next news item again from science is scientists produce electricity from water without using energy. So water without even chemicals being used, without any power supply being used, or electricity is being generated only through water. So they are using a nano frame filter, and through this they are able to ionize the water. And based on that, the cathodes and anodes are also placed, electrodes are placed in the water, and in circuit is completed and electricity is generated. And they have improvised it up to even producing 150 milliamperes of electricity. So current. So that is very good. That can run a small fan also for quite some time. So that is the thing, which is an innovative way of getting electricity. Then the next is, now India has a nuclear triad. So this is regarding the Arihant submarine, nuclear capable submarine, indigenously developed by India, now inducted into the Indian Navy. So this has been done presently. It is having a nuclear reactor on it. It's a submarine, and this reactor had also gone critical earlier. We had seen it has been in news, and now it has been inducted. So, and it is also having nuclear missiles on it, that is K-15 Sagarika missiles presently, which have a range of around 700 kilometers. Later it will have K-4 missiles, which are much more powerful and having higher range, so more than 1000 kilometers. So now nuclear triad basically means that we have nuclear capability in Navy, nuclear capable Air Force also, and Army also. Then the next news item is BIMSTEC waxes as SAARC veins. So this is regarding the BRICS summit, and BIMSTEC was, there was an outreach summit with BIMSTEC, and SAARC, basically the summit in November, has been cancelled. So BIMSTEC is getting prominence and SAARC is reducing in its significance. Then the next news item is Iraq forces launch military push to drive IS from Mosul. So this is regarding the Mosul city in Iraq, where IS has gained power for the last 2 years in 2014. Now Iraq is launching an offensive with the help of US. US had also withdrawn from Iraq long back. So now they are giving assistance to Iraq still, and they are making a last strong push to make the IS forces leave Mosul or eliminate them from them, basically. So this has been also supported through Kurdish fighters. So Kurds are a sect who are having their presence in Iraq, Syria, and even in Iran region. So these Kurds are also militant, and they have armed themselves, and they are fighting for their own independence to Kurdistan, and which will comprise of regions where they inhabit in all these countries: Turkey, Syria, Iran, Iraq, and so on. So now what is happening is Kurds have also taken up arms against IS, because IS is gaining prominence in these regions which they want as Kurdistan. So, and these Kurds are supported by the US, so because IS is the enemy. So that is all the complexities we see in Iraq too now. The next news item is China sends 2 astronauts to live on its space laboratory. So Tiangong 2, which China has launched. Tiangong 1 was its first space laboratory. Now it is Tiangong 2. And 2 astronauts have been sent by China on Shenzhou 11 rocket presently to Tiangong 2 to dock there for a month. So they will be further enhancing the space laboratory for China now. Tiangong basically means heavenly palace. So that is the news item. Now we'll discuss them in detail. The first news item, the Kerry effect. This is regarding the NGO Compassion International, which has presently been allowed to disburse funds to 10 NGOs only. So that is a limited permission which has been given based on the request from US Secretary of State John Kerry. So all this regulation is basically done under Foreign Contribution Regulation Act, FCRA of 2010. So government initiated this because they want to regulate funding to NGOs in India. So that is the reason. This is regarding Compassion International, the entire thing. So now 10 NGOs it will be allowed to send funds to. So they are accused of being involved in religious convergence. That was the reason given earlier. So this restrictions on NGOs is done by the government. Various types of NGOs have been targeted by former UPA government too, and more so by the present NDA government. So these are the regulation rules also which were amended in December 2015. So FCRA Act of 2010 was also amended a year after in 2011. So they mandate that every NGO should file their IT returns, which not many of them do actually. So this annual returns should be there. Then how the transactions, whatever are taking place, that will come into the public. So then the government can also scrutinize it. So, and if there are some NGOs which are doubted, then they are put under prior permission category under FCRA. So these are the new FCRA rules too. So they made it more stringent and also facilitated registrations and filing IT returns. So that is there. Then the next news item about Kaveri panel. This is regarding the high-level technical team appointed by Supreme Court looking into the matter and pointing out at suicides, drought. They are saying that deep, wells are being dug. So, and they are actually bore wells, the water then is not suitable for drinking, and neither is it suitable for irrigation. So they want water through Kaveri, but then they are not getting sufficient water. So it's actually highlighting the plight of the people there who are struggling with drought and death, and many are committing suicide on both sides, in Tamil Nadu as well as in Karnataka. So the dispute actually, if you look at it, the timeline, the dispute dates back to 1892 when an agreement was signed between Madras Presidency and princely state of Mysore, and that agreement was actually in favor of Madras Presidency, which was British India Presidency, and Mysore was just a princely state. So that is successor is now Tamil Nadu and Karnataka respectively. So 1924 they had a deal to resolve this dispute, 1990, the Supreme Court directed the center to set up Kaveri Water Dispute Tribunal. The tribunal gave its award in 2007, but the Karnataka government called it biased, and it demanded that a new tribunal be set up. Then now, after a gap of 7 years, tribunal is hearing pending applications for the award. So that is the status of the tribunal presently. New tribunal chairman is B.S. Chauhan. And this is the tribunal award given then in 2007. So you can see Tamil Nadu gets major share. The two other states which lie in the Kaveri basin are Kerala and the princely and the Union Territory of Puducherry, which is Karaikal. You can see here. This is Karaikal part of Puducherry. Puducherry per se is here. One part is also in Karnataka region. One part is even in Andhra Pradesh region. Yanam and Mahe, respectively. Then the next is about the High Court turning down the IPL. So Dalit status, SC status is given to Dalits when they convert from Hinduism to Sikhism, Buddhism, Jainism, but not when they convert to Islam. That aspect is not clear. So seeking clarity on it, but Supreme Court is looking into the matter. Then the next is about the smoking and alcohol affecting the DNA. So this is the study by Osmania University. It says that people who consume smoking, alcohol and smoke, they have undesirable changes in their DNA within the nucleus, which results in formation of micronuclei, karyolysis and karyohexis. So these aspects, and binucleus. So these 4 cellular phenomena are observed by them, and they call this undesirable changes in DNA. So that is there. Then the next news item is about electricity being produced from water without using any energy, without using any power or chemicals. So this has been possible by using nanoporous magnesium ferrite, which splits water into hydronium and hydroxide. So then these ions are formed, and using 2 electrodes of silver and zinc, they are able to complete the circuit and produce electricity. So this has been an innovative way in which electricity has been produced just from water, using of course nanotechnology. So this is about the ionization of water too, that H2O, water, the molecules combine and hydronium ions and hydroxide ions are formed, which help in circuit formation. These ions movement complete the circuit through the electrodes, and electricity can be produced, which is as high as even 150 milliamperes, the electric current. So that is good enough. They are working on it and improvising it now. Then the next news item is now India has a nuclear triad. This is regarding the INS Arihant, which is a submarine indigenously built by India, a nuclear capable submarine. So it falls under Ship Submersible Ballistic Nuclear, SSBN category. So it is powered by an 83 megawatts pressurized light water nuclear reactor, which has also gone critical in 2013. So it is ready to produce nuclear energy too. Plus it has also got armed with K-15 Sagarika missiles, which have a range of 750 kilometers. Also later it will be armed with K4 missiles, which have a much higher range. So now nuclear capability has been brought into the Navy as well. So we have completed the nuclear triad. Basically Army, Navy and Air Force all have nuclear capability, capable of delivering nuclear weapons. But then we are a second strike, means we will do a second strike. It's a no first use policy, means we will not be the first country to use nuclear weapons against any country. That is a nuclear doctrine. So in case an attack comes on us, these nuclear submarines would help us in countering those attacks. So it is of that significance too. It started off long back. It was started as an advanced technology vessel project in 1980s, and finally now we have inducted it in 2016. This is the timeline too. Then the next news item is about BIMSTEC waxing and SAARC waning. So BIMSTEC countries came up. These are the BIMSTEC countries, out of which even here there are issues between Bangladesh and Myanmar because of Rohingya Muslims minorities who are persecuted in Myanmar. Then between Thailand and Myanmar because of their border disputes. So there are issues still. Nepal refugees in Bhutan, but still we are going ahead and talking of empowering BIMSTEC. Then the next news item is about Iraq military launch on Mosul. So this is Iraq here, you can see. And Mosul is a place here. This is ISIS presence. So let's see what happens. We'll be further having, this is Kurdish region also. And finally, about China sending its space astronauts on space. So this is the Tiangong, and this is International Space Station.